Hopefully everybody is having an awesome day today. Today's video was recommended by Rob, one of our subscribers. He goes by the screen name of FFYH. I'm probably messing up his screen name as usual, so forgive me, Rob. Rob always has great input. We don't always agree on topics, discussions, but I think we're on the same page with most of the content on this channel. Thank you, Rob, for asking this video. Ghost asked me for another video, and he wanted me, I think, to play a game or to game and then have discussions. He mentioned it's very popular. I'm sorry, Ghost, I can't accommodate that request. I have 4 kids, more than a full-time job, and if I was gaming, I think it'd be embarrassment to watch me lose all the time and have discussions on private security. So I don't want to see everybody watch me lose, okay? If you have any other requests, any other content, please ask. So the question that Rob asked is, how much should I pay a security salesman or sales consultant? How much percentage, or how much should I pay this person? And this is a very good question. But before we dwell further into the question, I want to talk about sales. If you don't have sales, you don't have a private security company. The revenue doesn't come in. You don't have any money to pay your guard force. What I've seen is I get 2 types of people that come for me for advice. I get salespersons, and I get what you call mavens. And I talked about those 2 in my book, The Private Patrol Operator. Okay, this book is available on Amazon, and it helps many pass the Private Patrol Operator Qualified Manager exam. Talk about those 2 people that come to me for advice. The salesperson breaks off from the private security company because the private security company owner is not honoring an agreement. Maybe they're not paying the salesperson enough. So the salesperson breaks off, and they can't form their own security company because perhaps they don't have the experience that's necessary for licensure to operate in a particular state. Okay, so they want me to provide that matchmaking service of being connected to the private security company owner or the manager. See, in California, we have what's called a qualified manager, and we have what's called a private patrol operator. Private patrol operator is a fancy name for a private security company owner in California, and the qualified manager is a fancy name for the manager, the person that's in charge of the day-to-day operations of the private security company. And they want me to provide the matchmaking service between the salesperson and the qualified manager, and I don't provide that service, but that's a common request. They don't have enough experience. And the second person is a maven. You have the person that has expert knowledge in the field. Now, most of you that are watching this channel, you might be surprised, but you're private security experts. And by the way, I might be mentioning private security. I'm also referring to investigators, private investigators. Those of you who are my subscribers in the private investigation field, I'm not excluding you from this video at all. I think you're going to find some helpful advice on marketing and finding somebody to provide sales for your company. So most of you are experts, and all what an expert really is, I'm not talking about a court expert, someone that's qualified by the court to provide an opinion on a particular subject. No, I'm talking about somebody that knows more about the security field than the lay person. Most of you guys fall into that category, nearly all of you, okay? We're called mavens, so we have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot of knowledge of protecting people and assets. We're professionals at it, experts, okay? Just because you're an expert in something, or a maven, okay, M-A-V-E-N, okay, it does not mean that you are able to get sales, okay? I'll be the first to admit I'm lousy at closing sales. I don't have that bubbly spirit, that outgoing spirit, the social spirit to just have conversations with random people. That's not my personality, but some of you have that personality. You're able to make those cold calls and to make those sales. That's not me. What I recognize, though, is that when I do close a sale, I'm able to provide my Maven knowledge, okay, that knowledge, that skill set that I have, provide that to a prospect client, and get closer or help them get closer to solving a problem that they have. So if the problem is maybe there's gangs in their neighborhood, in their apartment complex, I would give them strategies on how to eliminate that problem. So I would first talk about installing surveillance. Before I even offered private security services, I would talk about installing security systems, making sure all the lights are working, make sure that all of the graffiti is painted over, okay? Make sure all the trash is picked up. Make sure that the exterior patios of all the tenants, including the doorsteps, are always maintained, that they're clean, that the bushes are trimmed, trees are trimmed. You see, when there's an environment, when there's an apartment complex that looks like nobody cares, it gives others the impression that the criminals are in charge, the crooks, the gang members are in charge. So let's clean that up first, okay? I just solved about 70% of the problem, maybe 50%. And I would throw it out there that, hey, let's fix this problem first, see how things go. And in the end, you might, just for peace of mind, have the private security company show their presence, show them that they are in charge of the complex. These gang members are no longer in charge. We're in charge. We're private security, and we're taking over this apartment complex. We're giving the power back to the people that live there, the tenants. Okay, and that's the message that we need to instill. So I would leave that option available, and many times, most of the time, the prospective client is most likely going to go with the private security company that offers them that partial solution. Okay, helps them problem solve for free, not even a charge. You don't charge consultation fees. If you want to, I mean, it's up to you, but I wouldn't. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, for the sales consultant, the pay is going to vary. If you Google search how much should I pay a sales consultant for private security company, the only pages you're going to really land on is private security alarm systems and fire alarm systems. That's it, or intrusion alarms. That's the only thing that you're going to really land on, and then they'll give you a breakdown. But as for a sales consultant for a guard force, private security guard force, you're not gonna see a lot of information on that. So what I'm depending on, or what you're relying on this video, is for me talking to other people in the field. And I don't want you to think that I'm establishing some industry standard, an industry standard for pay scale. I'm not doing that, okay, at all. So this is what I see. There's two ways to pay your salespeople. Number one is commission on the contract. Okay, it can be profit or the overall contract, and that commission is higher if you are going to only pay them commission. Now, for people to be paid only commission, you have to have somebody that really doesn't care too much about money, somebody that already has maybe money lying around, and this is maybe an extra gig for them. But to depend on total sales for many people, it's very difficult to do, okay? I don't believe our car salesmen are able, or car salespeople are able to just function just off of sales. Now, some can. Some are really gifted at what they do. The second option is to pay somebody a certain wage, maybe benefits if you want, and then a commission. Obviously, the commission is going to be less. Now, I had a conversation with somebody from Securitas, okay? He was thinking about leaving Securitas. This is about 10 years ago. And we discussed pay and everything, and this is what he told me. He said, hey, look, Sean, this is what I get paid. I get paid a few dollars over minimum wage. I get full benefits, which include medical insurance, I think a 401k contribution, a very little percentage, and sick time, vacation time. On top of that, I get 2% of the contract amount. Okay, that's 2% for the life of the contract. And that's what Securitas offered them at that time. Again, different sales consultants are going to get paid differently. And I am not, you guys let's make this clear, I'm not setting a standard. I'm just saying that that's what he told me. So somebody that doesn't get paid an hourly rate, you might want to consider paying them way more than 2%, 15%, 20%, a lot more, if they're willing to work for your company, okay, for commission only. So paying somebody a set wage is not a bad idea. I think most sales professionals would rather have a, a set wage, some benefits, and they get a commission. Now, you want to make it commission for the life of the contract, because the salesperson will make those yearly phone calls, quarterly phone calls, monthly phone calls to ask to see if everything is going well. Okay, they want to groom their client, they want to please the client. Okay, and especially when it's time to renew that contract, that sales professional is going to be extremely motivated to encourage the client to renew that contract, and that's what I've seen. Okay, now if you only give them 1 year of the contract, or a month or two of the contract, or just a one-time commission on the contract, what's going to motivate them to encourage that client to continue the contract? There's really nothing. Not really nothing there. Okay, that's something that you need to definitely consider. Okay, now what happens if the salesperson quits before? You want to still keep paying them the life of the contract. You have to honor that agreement. Okay, honor that agreement, and you are less likely going to have a disgruntled employee leave the company, and you might avoid legal fees. Okay, that person might sue you if you breach that contract. Okay, all right, you guys. So the topic of today, hopefully you learned something new. If you have anything new to bring to the table, please put in the comment section below. If you'd like to add anything, if you like this video, let me know. Please comment, share. If you have any requests for other videos, please do not hesitate to ask. You guys, I really enjoy making these videos. I'm gonna do some more. I'm gonna do a live video with some of you. I'm getting it all set up. Just having some technical difficulties right now. Maybe in a month or so, I'm gonna be more aggressive on my interviews with you guys. If you have any topic you want to discuss, please shoot me an email. I really want to have an open dialogue. I want this channel to be a community rather than just my channel. A community of private security and private investigation professionals. I want to advance the education, the continuing education portion of our field. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever time it is out there. I know some of you work graveyards. Stay awake, stay alert, and everybody, you be safe.